Audiobook Summary. Nothing Changes Until You Do by Mike Robbins. Introduction. Nothing Changes Until You Do is a thoughtful and motivating audiobook about personal growth. In this work, Mike Robbins explains that people often want better lives, better relationship, and greater success, but they try to change the outside without first changing the inside. The audiobook makes it clear that real progress begins with the self. A person must first change their mindset, attitude, and way of thinking before life can truly improve. Central idea of the audiobook. The main message of the audiobook is that personal changes starts from within. Many people blame situations, other people, or bad luck for their struggles. However, Mike Robbins argues that lasting improvement does not happen until a person becomes honest about their own thoughts, habits, emotions, and reactions. In simple words, if a person wants to life feel different, they must first become different in the way they think and they respond. Focus on self-composition. One of the strongest themes in the audiobook is self-composition. Robbins explains that many people are very harsh on themselves. They remember their failures, doubt their worth, and feel they are never good enough. This kind of thinking prevents growth. The audiobook teaches that real improvements does not come from self-hatred. It comes from treating oneself with patience, understanding, and respect. When people become kinder to themselves, they become stronger and more confident. Importance of self-awareness. Another major lesson in the audiobook is self-awareness. Mike Robbins encourages listeners to pay attention to their inner world. This includes thoughts, fears, emotional pain, insecurity, and personal habits. When people truly understand themselves, they become more capable of making wise decisions. They can identify harmful patterns and replace them with healthier ones. This process helps them grow in real and lasting way. Changing in relationships. The audiobook also shows that inner change affects relationships. When a people become more peaceful, honest, and emotionally balanced, they deal with others in a better way. They listen more carefully, speak more respectfully, and react less aggressively. Robbins suggests that many relationship problems are connected to unhealed pain, fear, and insecurity. Therefore, improving the relationship with oneself often leads to healthier relationship with others. Practical value of the audiobook. A useful failure to this audiobook is that its lessons are practical. It is not only about ideas but also about everyday life. The author uses simple examples and life experiences to explain their inner changes can improve confidence, reduce emotional struggles, and create better habits. This makes the audiobook easy to follow and helpful for listeners who want guidance they can actually apply. Tone and style. The style of the audiobook is clear, calm, and encouraging. Mike Robbins speaks in a direct and gentle way. He does not try to impress the listener with difficult language. Instead, he presents meaningful lessons in a simple manner. This makes the audiobook suitable for a wide range of listeners, especially those interested in self-development and emotional well-being. What listener can learn? Listener can learn many important lessons from this audiobook summary. They can learn how to stop being overly critical of themselves, how to become more self-aware, and how to build emotional strength. They can also learn that success is not only about outer achievement, it is also about inner peace, honesty, maturity, and self respect. The audiobook summary reminds people that a healthier life begins with a healthier mind. Overall message: nothing changes until you do teaches that meaningful changes begins inside the person. It encourages listeners to stop waiting for life to improve on its own. Instead, it asks them to take responsibility for their thoughts, feelings, and actions. The audiobook summary is both inspiring and practical, and its message is simple but powerful. If you want your life to change, you must first change yourself. Conclusion: this audiobook summary is a valuable guide to personal transformation. It explains that growth starts with self-awareness, self-acceptance, and inner honesty. Mike Robbins helps listeners understand that life becomes better when they become better in the way they think, feel, and act. For this reason, Nothing Changes Until You Do is an informative and meaningful audiobook summary for anyone who wants to improve their life in a genuine way.